All right, let's see. There's microphone. Let's see if we can get game going here. Come on, game. There's game. Do we have game audio this time? Let's find out. Come on. What? I think you have game audio, but I don't. How did that happen? Uh-oh. There we go. There. Okay. Let's swoosh. There we go. Ha ha ha. Get these reseated correctly. There we go. And actually, yeah, okay, there we go. All right. Hello, my friends. Oh, what's going on, OBS? Hold on. Get our stream selected here. There we go. All right. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Satisfactory. It's the middle of the day. Why are we playing games? I should be working. I should be making the monies. This is true. But I racked up a whole bunch of PTO hours and I was at risk of losing them. So I decided to take off every Friday for the rest of the month. And one of the benefits of that is that I get to sit and play games with all of you. So let's jump right into it here. And let me show you what I was working on. So, as I mentioned, between streams, it looks like I got the audio thing figured out. OBS seems happy now. I don't know what that was. Just when I started it up today, it just worked. So, okay. I swear OBS is getting flakier and flakier. I'm really looking I am really interested in potentially trying out Meld Studio, which is an OBS alternative. The one thing keeping me on OBS right now is that I do record these streams, and in particular, I record my camera separately from the game into two separate files. And that way, when I pull them into DaVinci, which I will get to eventually, I have full flexibility to move them around and do whatever I need to separately. Meld right now doesn't have that. It only has a single video output, but apparently they're working on it. And as soon as they have that feature, I'm going to look at that because the OBS, I feel like it's getting less and less reliable every day. Anyway, so since last night's stream, I jumped in and we have a bit of a new base. Let me give you a tour. Welcome to our new home. All the same functionality that we left off with. I have not built anything extra. I have not added any new automation that wasn't already there. All I did is just kind of move things around and put foundations around. So let's take a tour, shall we? So we have our hub, obviously, and we have our MAM over here and our engineering bay. All that pretty much the same as it was, but we have these nice new floors and ramps and everything here. Over here to the right, behind our engineering bay, is our power production, our biomass factory. So here we have our biomass wood and our leaves to biomass. These come out the back and go into this merger, which runs up this lift to that guy up there, which is a little awkward to get to. So that goes up here. This is... Shoot, I missed. Can I get... Yeah, there we go. So this is the biomass to solid biofuel constructor. So this all comes out, goes up here to this guy, and then the solid biofuel comes out, goes back down, and goes into this storage container, which we don't have any stockpiled right now because one little additional thing I added is this. So this conveyor comes out of the storage and comes back here and goes into our other two biomass burners. So these are getting consistently fueled with solid biomass. Up over here, we have our two burners that are attached to the side of our hub. Unfortunately, these don't have any kind of automatic system for putting biomass into them. So these right now I'm just powering by hand. Yeah, and that's all that kind of tucked back in this corner here. Then we have our iron miner coming out of here, goes up into this smelter here. And this I was very proud of. This comes out and it wraps around here. And it goes into this constructor, which just makes plates. And that all goes into here. So this bottom storage bin is only plates. Then what I did is we had this other iron vein here. I set up a second miner with a second smelter. This one comes out, comes along here into this constructor where this is making iron rods. And then we're splitting the rods in two. Some of the rods go up and follow this line up above us, which is pretty cool, and goes into this second container. So this second container is all rods. And the other half comes around and goes into this constructor, which is making our screws. And then these are going up and following this line over to the third level storage up there, which is where our screws are. So that's all of that. Yeah, and then over here we have our limestone miner, which is going into this constructor and making our concrete, and that's going into this storage container. This I don't think has really changed. And then here we of course have our copper all the way out here. I've redone this a little bit. There's our copper miner, which is coming out into a smelter and running all the ingots all the way back here to the storage, coming out of this storage, going into this constructor where we are making wires. Just like before, except now we're also storing the wires in a storage container. Now, normally I would not have this storage container here storing the ingots. But in the previous iteration, these were two separate processes. And this was kind of already full. So I need this here because I have nowhere else to put the, like, 5,000 copper ingots. So that's why that's there. And that's it. That's the whole thing. And then I reran the power lines so that they go to everything. Now, I did kind of follow a slight kind of plan for these power lines, which is that I have kind of a backbone line here. So this is just connected to these. And then this whole line is kind of a backbone line. It's really intended for travel. And that's it. So it travels this way. Are we chugging again? I don't know why. The shadows are off. Man. I don't know why OBS hates this game so much. We'll leave it for now. Maybe it'll clear up. I am doing some stuff on the drive. So we have this backbone line that comes this way and weaves this way. And then I have a separate dedicated power pole for each kind of section. So you can see here the backbone line comes in this way and it goes out that way. And then it has this kind of little side branch for powering these things. So all of that kind of makes it so that wherever I need power, I can kind of branch off of the main backbone. And it should hopefully make it a little bit easier to expand. We were running into problems with how to move power around before. That should no longer be a problem. So that's what we got. I'm very happy with it. It looks awesome. There are two issues I ran into. One is the building vertically. You can see we kind of have this other little platform here. And obviously all this stuff over here. Building vertically is kind of a pain. The game at some point, I think on a loading screen tip, I'm actually going to turn this game down a little bit more. There we go. What is going on? Building vertically is kind of a pain. There's no good way to like keep it on a grid or anything when you're going vertically. So it involved a lot of like eyeballing, and then like these can't go as high as that. So it has to slope down there. And it was just really kind of awkward trying to line things up. And see, even that I think is a little low. Or maybe it's a little to the left. It's a little to the left. So it was just very awkward. And as the game encourages you to do it, I'm surprised it's as clunky of a system as it is. The other thing that was obnoxious is we have all these nice foundations now, but there are spots where like these rocks stick through. And for the most part, that wasn't a problem. Except over, not here. Where was it? I think it was back in this corner. Yeah, it was this smelter. This rock was giving me so much trouble because I wanted the conveyor belt to run through there. And I couldn't place the post on that line where I wanted it. So I got it to work. But yeah, having all these little rocks and things stick up out of here is really obnoxious. But anyway, so that's the new base. I'm very happy with it. And it should give us a very good kind of foundation to build off of. Okay, so where were we? Oh, looks like my camera performance kind of worked itself out. Hopefully it stays that way. So, now, so I have basically nothing in my inventory. We have a couple things in here. These two things, reinforced plates and cables, are the next things that I want to automate. Cables should be easy because we're making wires right here. So all that's going to involve is another constructor, and we can branch off of here and then go into its own thing. So let's start with that. I need 6 more cables, which I actually should probably keep a small stock of these items on hand. So let's just grab some of these. Let's grab some of these because we actually need them for some things like power lines and stuff like that. So, okay, that should be good. Let's make some cables. There we go. Okay. And now I want to put a constructor over here somewhere. I guess we can just stick it here. Let's see. I kind of want to stack a storage container on top of here. And have that be the cables. So the question is, how do I make that work? I think we want a splitter. I think I want this. Can I fit this in there? Maybe. Let's find out. It says it's overlapping. What is it overlapping with? I don't know. I mean, that seems fine. Okay, and then there we go. So that'll keep flowing, but now we can come out this way. And I think the way I want to do this is we'll put our... Oh, I need 2 more cables now. Okay. I think I want a constructor here, like this. What is it conflicting with? There, I think I want that there. Let's get a foundation in here. Grass is sticking through, which isn't great, but it is what it is. Okay, and then this is going to go into there. This is going to make cables. And then see, this is our backbone power line. So I don't want to run it directly to this machine. I want to stand up another power pole, even though that would be really convenient. But no, I want to stand up another power pole. And go to that, and then go to there. Except I need more cables. Need more cables. Here we go. Let me just make a bunch of these. Okay. Okay, so now that goes to here. And that way, if I want to build more things here, I have this pole that I can branch off of. Okay, so this is making cables. And now what I want to do is let's come up here. I want to run this, and I want to run it like above this guy. Let's rotate it this way. I think I want this. Like that. Let's raise that up one more. Let's try that again. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, trying to get these things to line up vertically is kind of obnoxious. Like, that is not high enough, we learned. So let's do that. Okay. And then... No! Shoot. Oh, God. No! Maybe I'm just building things too close together. But... Okay. Okay. So, now, I want that to come out and go into here. But... kind of want it to go like here first. And then it can go down like that. Yeah, look at that. Ah, that worked so well. I'm super happy with that. Beautiful. All right. And now we have wire. And now we have cables. Excellent. All right. How are we doing on power? We are doing just fine on power. Beautiful. Now, it would be really nice to automate reinforced iron plates. But I don't think we can, actually, now that I think about it. Because our constructor only allows one part inputs. And reinforced iron plates require 2 inputs. None of these others require 2 inputs. So we need a level 2 constructor before we can make reinforced iron plates. Before we can automate reinforced iron plates. Okay, that's fine. Where were we over here? There's our level 2 constructor. Which is what we were already planning on working towards. So that's good. What is in here? Faster conveyors, stackable conveyor poles. That could be nice. And faster conveyor lifts. Okay. But yeah, okay, so let's do this one. And we've automated all this stuff now, so this should be super simple, right? In theory. What do we need? We need 500 screws, which are up here. There we go. And we need 200 rods and 300 plates. Okay. And 200 cables, which are in the process of being crafted. We can speed it along a little bit by doing that. Let's go get these resources in our machine. There we go. So we just need the 200 cables. Maybe I should just make them myself. It'll take a minute, but it's going to take a while for that constructor to run. So, cables. Go. Remember, if you enjoy this content, hit that subscribe button to be notified of any new streams. And the like button helps as well. Lets me know you guys are enjoying this. Lets YouTube know you're enjoying this. And we can hopefully make sure more people see it. Almost there. 180. 190. 200. Launch!
The assembler can produce more complex parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It Company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note: humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler. Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
I still don't really understand the purpose of the launch pod. Like, I have access to all the things from that set now, right? Yeah. So why have this arbitrary 5-minute timer before I can complete, presumably before I can complete the next milestone? I don't understand what that's getting me, or why that's a limitation. Crafts 2 parts into another part. Okay. And now we have more things, right? We have modular frames, which need reinforced iron plates and rods. We have copper sheets, which come from copper ingots. And we have rotors, which come from iron rods and screws. Interesting. So this does kind of beg the question of what to do as things continue to grow, right? Because we're going to run into a problem here with transport of resources. I've got all my iron-based resources here, right? My screws and my bars and my plates. But as I need to combine these with things, do I run conveyors out of here and have them crisscross all over the place? Like, I don't have a good way to move resources to a central location from across my base to which I can then transport out. Is that going to be a thing that future tiers give me? Is that additional logistics that we just don't have access to yet? Maybe. But as of right now, it just seems like it's going to be a problem soon, and we don't have an answer to that problem. And unfortunately, I don't feel like I really have the tools to figure out an answer to that problem. Okay, where were we? So we completed that tier. We have assemblers now. We don't have anything new that we can make. We could create a space elevator. We actually do have the resources for that. That's kind of massive, though. I guess we could build out this area. Um, let's take this out and replace it with a ramp. Feel like I want to rework this guy. Give me another foundation here. And let's do another foundation there. I think we'll have this be the limit of this, and then this can come out. Should I just build foundations over this whole thing? Probably. I mean, this is not straight. Let's straighten this out. Minor. Okay. Now I can do this. No, see, it's still, like, not on the grid, though. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's a little better, I think. And then we need to connect this to that power line. Okay. So now... Oh my god. Why is it so big? um... Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Uh-oh. Look at that. There's input ports on it. Wow. Wow, that is huge. Oh my god. Is that where I want that? I guess that could be fine, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine. We can work with this. It's so big though. Okay. Okay. So what do we need? We need more of this. Let's put this on our plus so we can see everything we need. Wires, rods, and plates. We have all of these things. We don't have quite enough wires yet, but that is in progress. Let's grab some rods and some plates. Here we go. There's some rods, and plates are down here. There we go. All right, now we just need the wires. And we can speed that up a bit by making some of them ourselves. And there is a stupid amount of copper ingots, so we can definitely make some ourselves. Okay, here we go. Wire. Go. All right. So, our immediate task is to build the space elevator. I don't know what it's for, but it seems important. And we don't have one yet. And that's a pretty good reason to build one. I need so many wires. Then, so what's our next objective? After we get the space elevator up, we'll see what it can do. And then I guess since we have assemblers, we can start figuring out how to automate all of these other two-component materials. The copper sheets, the modular frames, the reinforced iron plates. We can, and the rotors. We can start automating all of that. I think part of the trick is going to be to stay on top of automating new things as they become available, because they're going to be used in component parts going forward. And things are going to slow down a lot if we're having to sit here doing this every time we need more. There we go. All right, how are we doing? We need 757 more. Ugh, so close. But so far. It's fine. Need 19 more. That's not too bad. All right, and there we go. We have the resources. Let's make it happen. I need to get up because this thing is so big. All right, here we go. Space elevator. My God, it's huge. Okay, let's lock it there. Is that where I want it? I feel like I want it a bit closer. Look at how far this thing hangs off. We're going to have to extend our platform. Is that where I want it? No, I feel like I want it kind of like... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, man. I don't have a lot of room here. I think that's about as far up as it can reasonably go. How does that feel? Gets a little tight back here, but we're not really going to be back there, so that should be fine. All right. Are we ready? Let's get up top where we can see. All right, here we go. Commit. Build the space elevator. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Whoa! Okay. Space elevator online.
Assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the Project Assembly orbital platform. Project Assembly is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator. Subsequent phases unlock access to new tiers with more advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore, and exploit. It is time to be honest. This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united undertaking in human history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival. Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
All right. Project Assembly Phase 1 distribution platform awaiting cargo. Needs 50 smart plating, which I presume I'll send in through here. Okay, let's extend our platform. Foundations. I want it to at least come far enough out. Oh wow, that lines up pretty perfectly, doesn't it? So maybe what I do is instead of doing that, can I do a 4 meter? There we go. Ah. Oh, that's still it, huh? Okay. Wow. It's so big, though. Why is it so big? Okay. Ugh. Getting lost in the bushes. Okay. Let's just build this back this way. Hold on. Hold on. I can't get up there. Ugh. Okay, here we go. Okay, and now I can take 1 meter foundations because it doesn't matter. Fill in the gaps, and this actually doesn't need to be a 4 meter. This can be a 1 meter. Are the resources the same? Hold on, I should check that. They absolutely are. So what size foundation you use doesn't matter in the slightest. It's not any more resources. Okay. Ugh. And then what I wanted to do, yeah, is let's fill in these gaps under here. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, look at that. There's a gap there that I'm not sure I can get to. Let's see if I can find a way to squeeze this in here. Nope. Invalid aim location. Overlapping another object's clearance. No, I need it to go in there. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because it's like under everything, but still. Okay. All right, let's build out this way. Oh, that's not good. Well, there's not much I can do about it. Okay. Cool. We have a space elevator now. And it wants smart plating. Do we even know how to make smart plating? Smart plating. You can make it in an assembler using reinforced iron plates and rotors. So we will definitely want to automate both of those. Okay. Now, the question is, how do we lay this out in such a way that our base doesn't immediately devolve into a rat's nest of conveyor belts? And that's actually a problem like now, because we need to craft, or we need to automate reinforced iron plates, which is belts and screws. Not belts, what am I talking about? Plates and screws. Plates are in that container. Screws are up there. But I don't really want to put a constructor like right in the middle of the walkway. But I don't have a lot of room, which means what? I put it out here? There's plenty of room out here. But then how do I get these components from here to out there in a relatively extensible way? I'm not sure. Also, we're starting to run a little low on biofuel. So I should probably go collect some leaves and wood. And I have no biomass on me. Hold on. Pop that in there. Pop that in there. Let's just take a bit of that out. Okay, now I have some biofuel on me. I think I'm going to favor cutting down the trees over here because I kind of like those being the backdrop from my hub. So let's kind of focus on these. Okay. And then, oh wow. We should... Oh, I need more concrete. We can do that. If I can get back up here. Ah. Oh my god. Huh. There we go. All right, let's get some more concrete. There we go. Much better. All right, and then we'll pick up all this greenery. Okay. I mean, I guess one solution or potential solution to my spaghetti conveyor problem is I could just look up where another iron ore vein is and just have separate miners for each station. That feels a little overkill, but it would work. Okay. Let's get that tree and this tree, and then I think... What is that? Wait. Okay, these are barrel nuts. What is that rock? Limestone. This is a limestone vein? Really? Or is it just a rock of limestone? That would be weird if there was a vein on a giant rock like that. Okay, let's get this one out of here. There we go. Okay, let's go get all this into the... Ooh, what is that? What have we here? Sulfur? I definitely do not have sulfur yet. Interesting. I wonder what you can make with sulfur. Okay, let's get all this biomass stuff put away here. See, we have a couple viewers trickling in. Hello, folks. Hope you're enjoying the stream and your day. Let me know how the audio balance is sounding. I think I've got it figured out from last stream, but it's a little hard to tell on my side. So let me know if it sounds good, if the balance between the game and my voice is good. Okay. Now what? So we want to automate advanced plates or reinforced plates. These reinforced iron plates. It uses plates and screws. I mean, I guess this one in particular is kind of easy. I can just have the resources come out of there. And I can set up a constructor right here for it. Might need to move this power pole. But that wouldn't be too bad. At the same time, yeah, I don't really want conveyors like stretching across there. Hopefully, we'll get some kind of logistic robot or something later that'll simplify this. But in the meantime, yeah, let's set up a thing right here, I think. Let's take this out. And we will put a small foundation in. And what we want to do is we're going to need a merger. No, we need two different inputs. We could use a merger. Or I can run two belts side by side. Let's see, we're going to need an assembler. We're going to need... I'm not going to pipe it into a storage container because I don't really have room for a storage container here. We'll just let the assembler hold on to them. We're going to need two of these. All right, let's just start with that. Let's see, cables we can get. We have cables. We have all the cables. But rotors and reinforced iron plates we do not have. Those we have to make ourselves. Rotors. Screws. We need 25 screws. We have screws. Screws we can do. There we go. All right, we need rotors. We need 4 of these. There's 4. And we need 8 reinforced iron plates, which we can also do. Okay. So now let's build our first ever assembler. It is... All these machines are so big. Why are they all so big? Okay. Shoot. I don't know if I have enough room for this. Let me just set that there for a minute. So that's kind of, I guess I can kind of put it there. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to go there. We can connect this to here and that to here. And that should work. Let's do it. All right. So, let's make our conveyor lifts. I think this one we can just stick on here. Oh, why is it so high? Okay, hold on. Let's try doing it with just the belt and see what happens. Let's do that. Ugh. That doesn't work at all. Hold on. No. Shoot, it's too tight. There's not enough room. Okay. I could replace this with a ramp, I guess. And then have it go up the ramp. That would probably work. Let's see what that looks like. Let's get rid of this. Let's put a 4-meter ramp. Ooh. Nope. How about a 2-meter ramp? Nope, that's not going to work. Okay. Shoot. So, yeah, I guess we'll need to do this on there. No! That doesn't work either. It's too close. Okay, let's do this. This can come out and go to here. And we'll do that. Why? Oh, missing iron plates. Okay, that's fine. Missing materials I can fix. There we go. There we go. Not my favorite solution, but it works. And it doesn't look too terrible. Okay, so plates are going in. Excellent. This is going to be doing reinforced iron plates. So we get our iron plates coming in. Now we need our screws. And theoretically, this one should be easier because we can do this. And see, this is what I'm talking about, where like it's hard to do this vertically because I want this to be at the same height as that. How high is that? Well, it's about there-ish. but is that actually the right height? I'm not sure. And like, for whatever reason, it's not letting me like snap it to that height. So this is kind of super fiddly. You have to kind of eyeball it. Like, is it there or there? Let's try that one. Oh, that looks good. I think. Does that look good? It's a little weird. But I think it gets the job done. Okay. No power. Right. We need power. Of course. Do I have... I can use power off of this line, because that is not a backbone line. Let me check my power. How are we doing? Capacity 100, consumption 83. We are still good. Look at that! Reinforced iron plates. Beautiful. And we'll just let that... Ideally, this would come out and go into a storage unit, but there is definitely no room for that. I mean, I guess I could put one there and, like, run it under here or something, but... For now, we will leave it the way it is. All right. Next, so we've automated reinforced iron plates. Next on our list is rotors. And see, here's where things get messy, because this needs iron rods and screws. So I could do the same thing, right? Except I need to put a splitter on there somewhere. And I need somewhere else for an assembler to go. I guess I could build a second floor here and build it right above that one. But, like, that's super clunky. So I think... Uh-oh. OBS is getting mad again. I think this is good. This is getting to the phase of the game where without a clear path and strategy for how to do this, I'm kind of... It feels like a lot to do very much at once. So I tend to play in shorter increments and just do like one or two things each time. And I think that's where I'm at with this one. So I think we will call this there. We've only been streaming for an hour, so maybe we'll jump over and play some Animal Well. I wish YouTube, once again, I wish YouTube had support for multi-game streams so that we could just do that, but it doesn't. So I guess I'll end this stream and fire up another one for Animal Well. We got a lot done here. We got the space elevator built. We got reinforced iron plates automated. This is all looking pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So, my friends, this has been Satisfactory. Stay tuned. You'll probably have to refresh or go back to the channel or something because YouTube is not too terribly smart about this. But stay tuned and we will jump over to Animal Well in just a second. See you there.